What's up, everybody? This is Team B Presents. This is Bill Mack here, along with
Bullet B. Return.
Oh my goodness! It's the Team B reunion, my friend. It has been a while. How's it going?
I cannot complain. Could be better, could be worse. I can't complain. It's good enough. It's good enough, but it's not.
I know, dude. It's been a while, man. We haven't done a video here in a while. We've done kind of we've continued on, but for one reason or the other, one of us weren't able to actually make it to team effort. So glad to see you back, man. Reunion tonight, Team B reunion. So, what's been going on in your little neck of the woods? Which is frozen. And he is frozen. Uh-oh. Somebody is frozen. I think it's on his end. I am alive here. Now we've got two. Oh, great.
Hey. Yeah. Sorry, I got kicked out.
How you get kicked out of a Team B Presents when you're part of Team B, man?
Well, Google doesn't want me on here, I guess I've been controversial. I don't know. Now, what happened was I was doing something with my other computer here, and I guess that interfered with the bandwidth, and it just kicked me out or whatever. You can't even see what I look like.
Oh, I can see you.
I see my image.
There's two of you. I see the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can still see you.
Oh, evil heel Brandon. He's spying.
Dark Mirror Brandon.
Yeah, now he's gone. Now he's running and hiding, shucking and diving because he can't face me one-on-one. That motherfucker.
Yeah.
Taking over my show with his booze.
I've heard. I know, man. I noticed that. I've been watching the videos and I saw Dark Mirror Brandon trying to take over your shows and talk smack to you, man. I was kind of surprised at that.
Yes, yeah, me too, man. I'm about to send him back to his parallel universe because we can't really have a back and forth. That's too much work. It's easy for him to sit there and say that, so I'm gonna send him away. He's not worth my time or anything like that. It's all about positivity, not conquering people. It's about peacemaking.
That's right. I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you gotta do is kick him on out. I mean, the dude's full of negativity, man. That's why I told somebody today, you got to boot that negativity out. Now, that's why I know no parallel version of me better not come up, because I'm going to try to be nice. And if I do, but if it's something like that happens, then I'm just like the bam, put him in his place too. So let's just hope they don't have to come to that, man. I saw your experience. I don't want to deal with it, but if it ever happens, hey, they know where to find me at right here.
That's exactly right.
They don't know me. They don't.
They don't know me. They don't know us. They don't know me. That infamous night in Lumberton. I remember that.
Yeah.
You boys don't know me. You boys don't know me. Then they backed off from you.
That's right. That's what you got to tell them, dude. I mean, no matter where you at, you do something you don't do, like, hey, man, be there for that. Like, hey, they don't know me here. They don't know me. They ain't got no clue who I am. So, what you got to do, man? What you got to do? So, yeah, man. So, how's your how's the first half of the week been going for you, dude? I ain't talked to you since the night.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
And I love September. I love the fall, man. It's very, very nice, comfortable weather and everything. I like, September is one of my favorite months, actually, but there's ain't much going on. I mean, the week's starting to pick up for me.
Right. Well, I mean, I do. I mean, it really does.
Yeah. I'm just stuck on Netflix and Hulu yesterday, watching some stuff. Then I fall asleep and I'm like, damn, am I getting old?
Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
But hey, I just want to appreciate the suggestion, man. I enjoy Netflix, dude. I got the Roku box, which I hadn't told the audience though, but I had gotten a Roku box, and Bullet B had recommended me to try getting Netflix, and Hulu, and I really enjoy it. It, to me, a lot of the same channels on cable really are on there too, especially like I I downloaded the Time Warner Cable app, and even though I still have the starter, I still can pick up the local channels on that rather than having to use that antenna. So I appreciate the advice, man. I love Netflix. I've been on there. I haven't really watched any series, but I've been watching a lot of comedy and stuff here lately, though. But it's good, man. I mean, the only thing is that remote which you've seen it. It's the having to push it because the beam or whatever it is isn't so much.
Yeah.
So thanks. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed it, man. It's really been cool. So I've been enjoying that, if nothing else, the past few days. Because along with me, it's been slow.
Yeah, it comes in handy. Why pay so much for cable television or satellite when you can get, Netflix and Hulu Plus, among many other apps, WWE Network, Crackle for free. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, you always have something to watch. Just put everything in your watch list, and you always have something there to watch. And you got the TuneIn Radio app, which is very cool because then you can listen to radio, and have your screensaver going and all that. But yeah, that's how I watch Raw and SmackDown. I watch them on Hulu. I just do it that way and save a lot of money. And yeah, Netflix is awesome because they'll have old shows or new movies that maybe you forgot about or want to check out. There's always something there.
Yeah.
I was catching up on I watched Raw today. Then I catched up on a couple Larry King episodes, see who he was interviewing and stuff like that. And I watched some Modern Marvels show on Hulu Plus, and they showed they were talking about the giant statue of the Buddha in China that's been there for like 1,500 years or something like that. And they were saying there's some kind of, spooky powers with it. I'm like, they're full of shit, man. The Buddha didn't teach that. I said, that's just the TV show trying to make it sound mystic,
Right.
They're like, please, Buddha, don't let the river drown the great statue. I'm like, the Buddha wasn't a god. They got it all twisted up. I mean, I need to go over there and debate them guys because either that or they were paid to talk like the Buddha was some kind of supernatural guy that could control the wind and control the river. The river's fucking up the statue. Statue about to come down. And they're sitting there saying, oh, please, little Buddha, please don't let the river take down the statue. I'm like, the Buddha's not going to answer you, man. It wasn't about that. Don't you understand Buddhism? But that was just to make the show interesting, I guess. But that's not the point of Buddhism, man. They got it all twisted up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just some Americans over there saying, hey, let's make this interesting. Your fucking statue's about to fall. So let's say, the spooky weather going to get it. And we're going to film you praying to the Buddha to stop it and do hand gestures like that. Maybe it'll stop. Just for the TV show.
Well,
China's fucked up anyway. Who knows what they believe? But
see, dude, that's the nature of television these days. If you notice, they're all about ratings.
That's just the American perspective of Asia. It's just, Buddha, you can't compare him to other gods or what. He wasn't a god. You can't compare him. That's not his teaching. His teaching would be not to pray to me or try to make things different. Be happy with what is. Impermanence. Everything changes over time, and these guys are trying to keep everything the same. And that's against the teachings. I mean, it's just fucked up. But anyway, yeah. So I was talking Miss Wang there, and she got a little tattoo on her cheek, man. I don't like that too much. See, it looks okay for a temporary design.
What is that?
Shit on your face, man. Just don't look right. It's a little. It's a star, a little star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cute. It's like an anime thing. That's cute and everything, but damn, I wouldn't want that permanently on a beautiful face like that.
Some of them do that,
okay.
man.
I'm gonna start talking to that's all right. I've been talking to a golfing chick, man. So I'll kick her ass in golf one day. I just need the money.
That's cool, man. That looks good.
I win the lottery.
But
here's the white chick. This the white chick I've been talking to. Yeah. Perhaps you've seen that picture before, but yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Man, she watched my my YouTube show and subscribed to me. She said I wasn't a bad looking guy, and I said I appreciate that.
Hey.
Now I'm like, well, that's cool. Where are you from? Because she's got all that stuff unanswered on her Facebook. Hometown, ask the person. High school, ask the person. So I'm like, well, where are you from? Yeah. She's from NC. I'm gonna see if she's good at pancakes. If you know what I mean. Then my tablet restarts, man. That's what I get for looking at Miss Wayne's thing on her cheek there. It just messes up. It makes my tablet crash. You know, my tablet don't even like stuff like that.
I got my own little.
You so ugly. You make my tablet crash every time I look at your picture, girl. Yeah. No, that's a heel. Not a heel, but a fan favorite reaction. Because that's a no. Tattoos are on the face. No, look at Mike Tyson. You know he was probably high out of his mind when he got that tattoo. Unless he was just trying to get attention. Like, yeah, let me put this tattoo on my face like Star Trek 7 and 9, girl, and I get attention, and I ain't gotta bite nobody's ear.
Well, that's Tyson for you, though, man. He went through a lot of crazy times. You know that as well as I do. A period of time, as it is, anyway. So
something to talk about, yeah.
But tattoos are hot, man. I mean, some of the girls. I mean, it's like Maria Brink. She's a singer of In This Moment rock group. Hot. She's got tattoos though, like her whole arm is tattooed here. She's got tattoos on her hand, and then you got like you got this girl online. Sarah Mills, I believe she is on the internet, and she's like all across the media stuff. She's hot, but she's got tattoos like on her arm, like right up here on her shoulders.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
that's hot. To me, that's one thing I really kind of liked here, and I've told anybody. I think, but like you said on the face, I can kind of understand that, about your face, but on the body,
it don't fit her, man, because she looks more like just a sweet girl that you would see like in a novel, in a romance, or a TV show type of thing. And, you don't need to do your face like that. You don't need to put tattoos on. She ain't got the face for it. It looks hot, but she don't look like, okay, she is hot, but she looks more like a sweet type of girl. It just don't mix well. And that's just my opinion.
Maybe she was rebelling. Maybe, girls will sometimes do things like that to rebel against their parents or against somebody else, and they'll do something that they'll be like, well, you don't look good with this, and then you go ahead and you buy it anyway and wear it. That's how they do things, guys. So maybe that's what it was, because it's like making a painting and getting a drip on the painting after it's a masterpiece, but then you accidentally drip something on it and it stains, and you're like, oh man, I just messed it up, because it's a masterpiece. So I get that totally. I get that for real. It is.
That's well said. Yeah, she was good the way she was. She didn't need that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a fan of tattoos, but I know tattoos probably wouldn't compliment me the way I would want them to, unless I got sleeves or something. But I don't want to do that because I don't know what type of job I'll have in the future, for example.
Yeah.
But if I was a wrestler or a biker or something and I was covered, it just depends, If I was to get tattoos, I'd get them, on my back or something like that, Right. That way I have it made either way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want it in a space that's not, say, always hidden sometimes, but like I said, you don't want it like on your forearms and your hands and your legs, but those spaces that are basically exposed, because that's not what you want to do is getting those parts, which some do, some have them on their thighs, on their calves, on their feet. I mean, they just have them just about anywhere these days, man. I mean, that's just the way it's getting, is more people are getting tattoos today because that's one of the in things to do nowadays, if you look at it.
Well, Miss Wayne with a little star right there, that would have been good like on her ankle or something like that. I'm just saying, Yeah, because you're not going to see Mike Tyson, as a preacher in a church, because everybody be looking at that,
Yeah.
Or unless he uses it as an example, like, yeah, I used to, be a bad person. I got this right here to remind me of it. Right after I bit his ear, I got that right here,
Oh man, I get that though. But I mean, and some tattoos.
I bet he regrets getting that tattoo. Mike Tyson. I bet he regrets that.
Sometimes they do, man. I mean, that's just This is how.
See, Miss Wayne, she's so young and full of phases. That's why I didn't get tattoos when I was young, because I was like, well, am I going to like this tattoo 10 years from now? So 10 years from now, Miss Wayne say, well, I don't like a star on my face. And she might get it circled in, then everybody be like, oh, you got a mole on your face. She's like, ain't no mole, lick it. See, I ain't licking that. Yeah. Maybe I would. I
well, it just
would.
varies, man. But you never want to get a picture or your girlfriend or whatever's name. If you have kids, that's one thing, because those will be permanent. But when you get something like Ace, and give you case in point, my ex, Sweet Pea, when we were engaged, she got a tattoo of me right here on her chest, right there in a heart. Has my name across the front of it here, right? Saw some recent pictures of her a while back. It's still there. We've not been together. She's gotten married. I don't know what's going on with her now, but it's still there. I mean, that thing is permanent. I mean, when her and I were together, she had one of her eggs down on her ankle, man, and she's like trying to hide that. I'm like, why don't you just get that stuff? But it's permanent, you know, unless you got thousands of dollars to remove it. You better make sure you know what you're getting is something that you ain't gonna have to remove off. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So
I ain't never been too big on tattooing, you know, a girl's name on me or nothing like that. I would never. And the Brandon means ever do that.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, her dad was like, oh, she's getting one of you, but you don't want to get one of her. I said, look, I love her. We're engaged to get married. I said, if that's not a big commitment and I love her, I said, I don't have a problem if she wears tattoos. That's awesome. I like it. It's hot. But look, I'm not a tattoo person. Oh, you're scared of needles. That's usually one of the first things. I'm like, no, I've got shots in the ass and the mouth, everywhere else. Needles don't matter to me. But it's just a principle thing, man. I'm just not a tattoo person. Don't mean I don't like them on women, sure. But that's just not something I want. So it don't mean I don't love you because I don't get one with your name on. So you see now, look, there's no tattoos on me, and I ain't got to worry about any ex's names on me. That's why I said, unless it's your family or your children, something like that, hey, that's cool. My brother got one, my mama's name on his left bicep with angel wings on each side of it with a halo on top. That's cool. That's my mama. That's his mama. That's my mirror her. That's awesome. Your kids, same way.
Yeah, that's different. It's okay to get family members or people you respect or philosophy or religion or something like that. That's fine. That's something that has to do with you and your heritage is fine.
Right.
Or something out of pop culture or something that's arguable, depends on what it is. But I don't have a problem with a girl getting like a butterfly as a tramp stamp or anything like that, or on her sleeves. I mean, that's sexy. I mean, that's hot. Just make sure you know who you are, you know, before you do something like that.
Exactly.
You know, I put tattoos on my face and then run a Buddhist monastery one day. They think I was crazy. I'm like, yeah, that was the way life, Brandon, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you gave in. Oh, no.
That's before your transition period.
Nakika. You gave in. Nakika. I'm like, well, I don't speak Japan. Boo. Oh, man. Yeah.
But hey, I want to tell you this quick story here, Mel. I was thinking about it. Speaking of Sweet Pea, I hadn't told you this yet because you and I really hadn't talked since last week. I got up the other morning, about 4 o'clock. Okay, I had to get up. When I was going back to bed, right? Get a message on my phone. 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a friend request. Facebook. Take a guess who it is. Sweet Pea. It's not her, but it's her mom.
Oh, shit.
Now, what's funny, dude, is this. The mom has the same name. See, the mom had her last name. She changed her last name on the friend request. But what the odd thing was, and what she didn't realize is, I blocked her original page when we broke up. So and she changed her last name because, you know, no matter what they changed her name to, it shows up on your block list. Like when Sweet Pea got married, it showed her last name changed on the block list. Her
Right.
mom's name is still the same. The same name that was on the block list is also the same name that sent me a friend request the other night. So, you know, I sure as shit went ahead and blocked her on my list. And there's what's funny thing is, I thought it was funny she done that. I called my friend Cool K on the phone. I talked to him, and because he had messaged me like, "Hey man, I need you to get up with me because of Sweet Pea," and I'm
Right.
like, you know, and I'm like, "Oh man, what is the deal with her now?" I said, "And you know, because we had that situation about a month or so ago with that. I mean, well, you know what now?" So I called him back, and he was like, you know, she's sending me a message talking about, "Hey, how's it going, Cool K? What's up? What's been going on?" He's like, "Dude, I said, when's the last time you talked to her?" He said, "Man, it's been like 2 or 3 years since I talked to her last." He says, "I hadn't talked to her since I was down there working with you." And I said, "Exactly." So now all of a sudden, she wants to send you a friend request. She wants to send other friend's wife a friend request. Wants to send him a friend request. And now her mama sent a friend request. Come on, dude. What's going on with that? You know, what I mean, don't that tell you that they're trying to be nosy enough to see what's going on in my life and figure out what's going on? Because that's all indicators do. She's by herself.
Yeah, yeah.
Why keep on?
Kim failed at her attempt to contact me, you, so on. She's lonely, want to get back in your life, so that didn't work. She knows that, so she told her mom to try to plot some strategies in there to get you back. So,
Well,
so you didn't talk to her at all. You just blocked her.
Dude, I'm not, because I don't mess with Sweet Peas. Her mama, her son, her dad, any of her sisters, anybody. I don't mess with any of them. That's my past. I'm not worrying about what's going on. Just because I'm single and I'm by myself the last year and a half, a year and 9 months now, I don't want to go back. That's a history of my life. I've closed that. When you're writing a story of your life, dude, you don't go back to the same chapter you just closed and write it again. You have to write a whole new chapter, and I don't want her in my life. You know, I'm done with that. So, no, I didn't even bother. I went to her page. I clicked on her face, went on her page, and clicked block. And I just, because I'm not going to have none of it. I'm not going to allow that to get back in my life, dude, because I'm done with that. That's old, man. But I figured I'd let you know that because she tried to send me that friend request, just bold enough to do that. But I don't want no part in that. She's not going to know who my friends are, who I'm talking to, or what, because I'm not going to have her starting trouble. Because you know, like I do, when you got a volatile ex that will try to strike revenge on you, I don't know if you had one to try to seek out revenge on you, but one that'll try to get back at you and cause trouble is a dangerous person. And I know Sweet Pea is one of those that falls under that category as a dangerous ex that will try to cause you harm, and not bodily harm, just try to tear your life apart, you know? So that's just what she is. So I don't want to have no part in that. I'm not letting her mama have it, her sister have it, or anybody else. So just be on the lookout, and I'll send you the name of her later on when we off of here and let you know what her name is. But just be careful of that name, because I know that she knows you, and she may try to do the same to you. Well, not her mom, but her Sweet Pea herself. She could tell her mom. But I'm trying to be on the lookout and make sure none of my friends do it. Just had to tell you that. That's the joy that I had going on with me the other night. So drama strikes again, Sweet Pea style. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, sounds like fun, man.
Loads of it.
Yeah, because you know, if you talk to her, it'd be the same old stuff. She'll be good to you for about 2 weeks, and then she'll just go back to who she was. What you watching on TV? Why you got to watch Divas matches? You know, stuff like that. You know that she hasn't changed, even though she'll probably say that. Oh, I've changed. I'm a different person now, and she'll do good for a couple of weeks, then go right back to who she was. So you know how she is. So it's best not to talk to her. You're absolutely right. You know, the only argument you can make is if y'all ended on good terms and she treated you good or stuff like that, but that didn't happen. That's like when somebody moves away and they come back and they want to work things out. That's completely different.
Right.
You went through hell and she's trying to bring it back to you. Like, hey, you want to go through hell again? You want to be miserable every day? I'm like, nah, I'm okay. So she just can't stand the fact. She can't stand the fact that you're happy alone. You got youporn.com, redtube.com, Pornhub. She can't stand that shit because she don't know if you watch it or not. I don't know that either, but she knows there's options out there. She knows there's a sex toy store out there. Most importantly, she knows there's other women out there in the world. That probably drives her crazy. Oh, Billy could find another girl and be happy? Oh, fuck that. But she should wish for your happiness. Let it go. It's in the past. Wish you nothing but the best. As long as you're happy, she's happy. That's how she needs to think. You know.
That's true. I tried to WWE her, man. Wish her the best on her future endeavors, but she tried to come back, and I just ain't gonna have that going on, man. Because that woman ain't gonna change. She never will, dude. I'm like, I'm not gonna have no part in that, not at all. That's just too much, But have you ever had? And I mean, she is volatile, man. Or have you ever had anybody you dated? And I know you've talked. We've talked at different times, and you've discussed some previous relationships. But have you ever had an ex that you felt like would try to get back at you, or ever tried to? Now, maybe you have, maybe you have. I'm just kind of curious because I feel like she's that kind of person, or someone that would try to go back into your life and ruin it if they could. I mean, have you ever had anybody like that, or have you been fortunate enough to not have to deal with a person like that?
Nah, nothing to that extent. No, because most of my exes, they just leave me alone. I leave them alone. When I was younger, I might try to get them back. Like the naked pictures they'll send me through their phone, I'll save them, and then when they're with the new guy, I'll text the pictures to him and say, "Hey, man, your girlfriend just sent me these pictures," which was genius, but not positive, Brandon. But like, what? Yeah. Then he'd start arguing with her. He'd call me up like, "Hey, we got something to talk about." I said, "What?" And he's like, then he'll say, "Carrie, why you still sending naked pictures to your ex?" And I'm like, "Because she loves me, motherfucker." And she's like, "Those are old pictures." I said, "Yeah, about 24 hours old, baby." But that's about it. I stopped that quick because once they're with another guy, they're gone. That's the way I look at it, man. Like I told him, I said, enjoy my leftovers. I'm done with the sorry bitch. But as far as an ex attacking me, I don't know. I don't think so. Not really. I know my exes two-face me. Like Destiny, when she got with Mr. Burger, I know she said nothing but bad stuff about me to make herself look good. But did she try calling me up, trying to start this and that? No. That was just bedroom talk. Like, yeah, Brandon, he treated me bad. I want you to treat me good, just stuff like that, probably.
Well,
most might give me good reviews, but no, I had that stalker when I was 15, 16, but I've told you about that.
Yeah.
And I'll probably tell the story again, probably in a YouTube show or something, but that's about it. But we were just kids. She wouldn't leave me alone. She kept calling the house. I changed the number. She found a new number. And yes, my number was unlisted. She still found it through a friend of a friend. And what else? Sending me letters after letters in the mail. And she just would not stop.
Right.
Stuff like that. So, young Brandon had it hard sometimes. Very hard sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I get it, dude. I mean, because Sweet Pea, she was kind of like, she tried to go between family members, or will go in between ways and try to say, well, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. And it just causes all kinds of problems, man. And I don't need any more problems in my life, man. I don't need it at all. I'm done with that. So but I feel like if I was to go, because like you said, dude, she wanted, what's he doing? Who's he talking to? I mean, wonder what he's got on his computer. What's he watching?
That's how it goes, man.
That's sad, dude. It really is.
Very sad.
But yeah, man. It's good that you can go ahead and get them behind and they'll leave you alone. But it's horrible when you get these kind that think they can get you back, or and try to go back to you. And it's been years and try and they don't succeed, and they don't like it. They get mad and they get vengeful. get spiteful, and then they try to go back and go after you. So you just have to leave the crazy ones like that alone. So I totally get that, but I mean that's life, man. So, yeah, you know, and that's the thing about it, man. That's like you said, it's how you treat people now and how you deal with stuff now compared to how you used to deal with it. And like you said, young Brandon and you now, it's different reacting ways than me. You know, I've tried to handle stuff, but I went more of the kind of like how would you say it? I kind of went through more of the progressive stages growing up. I tried to be respectful with stuff, even though people walk all over me. But then as I got older, I just got into that no bullshit Bill mode, you know, and that's me now. That's what I've got on me, no bullshit Bill, you know. That's just what I try to do, and I imagine so. And I don't take no shit now. There's none whatsoever.
I don't blame you, dude, because we're just too old and too mature for it now. We got enough things going on in the adult world to worry about stupid stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or at least I do. I know you do too, man. So it's a good thing we're on equal footing with that, man, because you know you just see right through it after a while. You know?
Well, you're absolutely right, man. Because if you get a girl and I will say I dated Sweet Pea, and her and I were 10 years apart. But when you get some girls, man, and they don't have those adult ideas that you have or problems you have, that's where you run into the issues with it and the problems, because then you're dealing like, what am I going to do about the bills? How am I going to do about the gas? What am I going to do about this? And all they worries about, how come Sally or Steve ain't texted them yet? Or how come, you know, they went to this kind of party or done that? It's just two totally different worlds, man, when you are hanging around somebody or you're with somebody that's with age range that's different than you, you know, totally different.
I agree.
So, yeah, it's just the way it is, man. I mean, it's like, you know, you're trying to get to the very end and make the race and do all you can.
No, just need to forget it and go scuba diving. Just forget all the problems, man. Go scuba diving, yeah.
Get them all under you, man.
Don't worry about it, bro. It's all good, man. Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh, that is all right.
Hey.
So you watched Raw the other night, huh?
Bill, Mac rocks. Bill, Mac rocks. Yeah, I watched Raw.
Oh, my God. Oh, hey, man, I found out I ain't got to wait till next day Hulu to watch it. You know that channel I told you that streams the pay-per-views?
Yeah.
It streams the Raws, too. So I watched Raw Monday night when it came on instead of having to wait till Tuesday. Makes it a whole lot easier, man. Just stream it. So people, thank God for Sky Sports over on England, because I think that's where he streamed it from. But I watched Raw the same night, man. I watched it. I said, I think you can do, because you can do Raw, SmackDown, all the other episodes. You can stream that same day, so you don't have to wait until the next day if you want to watch it on Monday night. So, you know, if you want that channel, I can send it to you where to stream it. But you don't have to wait till the next day if you've got a Monday night where you ain't doing nothing. You want to watch it? Hey, pop it right in there and watch it. But I watched it Monday night, man. I'm disappointed, but you know, one of the lowest ratings ever. But what can you say?
Yeah, I enjoy watching on Hulu because it comes in HD and everything. It's a 90-minute version, so they get to the point. But
right. That's
true. I'll let you know though, because sometimes I do want to watch it live. But so last night drew a poor rating. That's bad. Well, Monday Night Football happened too last night. But that ass Sting in the main event. What's up?
I tell you what, represent WCW, babe, franchise. Last remaining member, WCW. Can I say? That's why he was doing stuff wrong, so it's not clowning around on him. And I like how they said he was the cross between the Crow Sting and the Joker Sting.
Who said that? Saul Monster?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
But that's true, though, man. The Joker Sting was crazy, dude. He did a lot of talking, and, the Crow Sting really didn't do too much talking.
Yeah, I like the Crow Sting, though, because he was, stalking his predator. You know,
He was
looking
always,
down. Yeah, I like that about him. He was kind of like the Undertaker. You know, didn't talk too much, just come out there and stalk his prey. But I mean, the Sting, the WWE Sting, he's all right. I mean, it works so far, but you know, nothing beats the '97 Sting when he at Starrcade with Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, and all that.
mm-hmm.
He was going to bring back fighting for WCW. He was like the last one left or whatever it was, and they built up that storyline for a year. I know the match wasn't all that great, but the story was good. You know,
Yeah.
Everybody's watching WCW back then.
Well, you know, it's good to see him talk about it. I mean, like I said, I made that. I was doing that pay-per-view review now, and it looks like some of the same matches, other than what we found out about the whole Nikki Bella and Charlotte thing, which I thought was really screwed up. But Jim Ross liked it. You know, I'm like, yeah, he would. But I just think it was stupid, man. The way they explained it, because you and I have watched wrestling basically all of our lives. We've saw numerous kinds of endings, numerous kinds of matches, things that's happened, results, match winning, people cheating to win, people winning clean. You know, we've watched that. But the thing I just didn't like is the fact that Stephanie was like explaining, well, you pinned Brie, and Brie, and you pinned Brie, and she won. But so when Brie put her hands on her, that automatically disqualified Charlotte from winning, even though she pinned Brie. So even though Charlotte won, she didn't win the title. Now, how many times have we seen them do that very same thing, where Brie jumps in and she ends up, which most times she's winning, but when she wins, even though she's the one that gets the win instead of Nikki, how are they crediting Brie, Nikki Bella with the win if Brie is the one that won it for her? Wouldn't they have to go back all those matches that they've done, that double switch, and try that? I mean, ain't that kind of hypocritical to give that explanation for a loss, and when they've been doing it as they won?
That was one of the dumbest finishes that I've seen in recent memory, because Stephanie McMahon comes out there and says, well, you pinned the wrong Bella, and winner by DQ is Charlotte. However, the title does not change hands by disqualification, only pinfall or submission. Yeah. Therefore, when next time you guys fight, Nikki Bella, you're going to lose the title by any means necessary. If there's a count out or a switch up, you're going to lose the title. And my first thought was, why the fuck didn't you do that tonight with their match? It's bullshit. Oh, you got screwed, Charlotte. So next time you fight, there's going to be, no DQ. I mean, you can lose the title anyway. I'm like, why didn't they make the match like that tonight? I'm like, she kind of told on herself there. But my thing was, I know that they ain't going to do this, but they should have saved the women's main event. They should have saved it as the main event and showed like the history of the women's championship and the Divas championship highlights throughout the show, and make a real big deal out of it, like the UFC does, with their woman. WWE should have did that, hyping it up. They showed a tweet from Trish Stratus. That's all I saw on the Hulu version, but on the live version, they should have had like highlights of past champions to make it seem like a really important match. Well, they just come out there.
Well, see, they've got it totally screwed up. Now, I think and you and I were talking about this as a possible idea last time we talked about these kind of endings to matches. What WWE don't realize is they're going to end up like the old WCW. Do you remember how WCW would have the NWO go out there at the end of every Nitro? What happened at the end of every Nitro when the NWO would go out there? It all jump on whoever it was, and everybody would throw trash in the ring, right? Because it happened every single weekend. Well, it's like I'm watching Raw, and you can agree with this because we've heard Don Tony and Kevin Castle talk about it before, and as well as Wrestling Soup and Solid Monster. These match endings to these matches, dude, will turn a fan off after a while, if they don't come up with either cleaner pinfalls or, you know, I mean, but they're coming up with so many of these messed up finishes that it really will turn you off, because it's like you and I knew this thing with the Bella was going to happen. We knew, you and I, we talked about it, but it's like we didn't know how it was going to end, but we knew that somehow she had managed to cheat and keep the title. That's every match, not just them, but you look at those matches, and forever, it's like you said about one of the worst innings. Think back to what we just watched at SummerSlam. Remember Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker?
Oh, yeah, that sucked, dude. That finish should have been the WrestleMania 13 finish between Bret the Hitman Hart and Stone Cold. You know, Stone Cold never gave up. He lost the match, but he never gave up. He passed out in his blood, you know. Why couldn't Brock do that?
What happened at Payback? Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, that was lame, man. I don't know what the fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I only like watching the Attitude Era, because I get so frustrated, because everything was just organic. And everybody had characters, and the matches were so interesting and awesome. I'm like, just do that, you know?
Right.
Shit. I mean, they brought back Sting as a hook for the WWE network, because after SummerSlam, people going to unsubscribe to the network. So what they do, they throw Sting in there. Oh,
right.
Okay, and now I want to keep the network for another 30 days. That's cool. Start doing stuff like that. I mean, that's something. Keep it the key word is exciting, because Raw was okay last night, or either I was just in a relaxed mood, but last week Raw was just boring. Like Solid Monster said, he said just a boring ass show.
Yeah.
And I agree with him, other than New Day. With New Day in the main event with John Cena and the Primetime Players, that was hilarious. If you haven't fell asleep by then, but that was hilarious, because they were stomping Cena in the corner, and before the referee reached the count of 5, they would tag out, start stomping him again, reach to the count of 4, tag out, and keep on stomping them. What the fuck? Biggie had him up in the suplex, and he started doing a little dance with it. It was, you know, Xavier Woods was out there talking about, yeah, that's how you do it. Boop, boop. Got to put a little twist in it. That shit was hilarious, man. Well, people going to miss that. Yeah, it was hilarious.
But dude, that's true. Though. I mean, it's what, you know. New Day's really been the only bright spot here the last few days, you know, and the last few weeks. You know, they've been funny.
That's the best part of the show is the New Day, man, because they're fucking hilarious. And last week in that 6-man tag, they had Seth Rollins there. It was champions versus contenders or whatever. And they were all standing in the ring before the match start. And Seth Rollins was holding up both belts like, yeah. You know, and New Day was around and talking about, yeah, he's a champ. That's our boy. He's a champ. I said, that's right. That's how you do it, because they're all heels, you know.
Right, exactly.
So that was heels respecting another heel. I just thought that was hilarious. He's the man. Whoop, whoop. He's the man. Yeah, he's a champ. Yeah. I said, that's right, because you guys are heels. You know.
Well, dude, I tell you, it was a funny sight, though, man. But one thing you have to agree, though, what are Stephanie and Triple H? Are they supposed to be heel or face? Because you see at the beginning, they're dancing with New Day and stuff, and then you see them. I mean, it's like then the next thing you see, they're with Rollins and they're bad guys and stuff. So what are they really? Because nobody is even. They keep bouncing back and forth worse than the Big Show when it comes to switching back between face and heel.
That's just Triple H wanting a piece of the pie. You know, he wants a piece of the attention. Oh, New Day's over. Oh, I gotta be involved in this in some way. But yeah, I guess they're tweeners. You know, good guys one week, bad guys the next. That's the problem when you're an authority character, because you got to do some things that are fair. Like when you say, well, John Cena deserves a title shot, even though we hate John Cena in story, he deserved the title shot. And just like with Vince McMahon and Steve Austin, I always thought, like, why don't Vince just fire Steve Austin if he hates him that bad? Just fire him, you know. But he can't, because it wouldn't be a storyline.
Right.
Yeah.
This is money.
I always thought people will say that. They're like, oh, the Austin McMahon storyline. Oh, it's the best thing going today. But why the fuck don't you just fire him if you don't like him? You know?
That's your moneymaker, dude. You can't. Austin was selling.
Yeah, they wrote that in. They eventually acknowledged that. It's like, because Austin was like, well, you can't fire me, Vince. I'm the hottest thing going today.
Yeah.
And so they kind of wrote that in there. But it'd be like if you were arguing with your superior. Like, you can't fire me. I'm the best worker out here. Shoot, I do what I want to. You can't fire me. This is my house now.
Oh, well, I know, dude. It's just horrible, man. I love watching wrestling, man. It's just these pay-per-views seem like, I mean, these endings to these matches just seem like they're getting so. I'm so tired of looking at them. I'm tired of, because you want good matches, even when it used to be, like the old style wrestling, they would have a good guy versus a jobber, a heel versus a jobber. Then you'd have a tag team match, and then you would have a TV title match or a world title match, an intercontinental match, something like that at the end of the show. But you kind of knew, it was going to go one way or the other. But you see so much going on now, dude, with people kicking out of their own finishers. They didn't used to do that. You see these matches where you screwed up endings to where people can get counted out. It's like when I just get so frustrated in seeing it, because they need to freshen it up a little bit. It's the same stuff time and time. Why is up with these finishes that they're scripted? I mean, people get sick of looking. I mean, because it's like you already know, like, okay, I already know what's going to happen here. Not that it's predetermined or scripted, which we know this. But that's not the point of it. The point is predetermined. But it's not the fact that it's that. It's just the fact that we at least put on a good show and have a decent finish. Who wants to see a 15 to 20 minute match that ends up with a screwball finish? Why waste our time with that?
I agree. Nobody wants to see that. People want to see competition. People want to see a winner. Anyway.
But that's the way they go about it, dude. I really hate it. And, I really would like them to have better finishes. But I don't know what they're going to do for now, man, because it seems like a trend now. They're having more of these, especially during a pay-per-view, than they are at any other time.
Yeah.
So,
like, man, we haven't had a low rating like that since 1997. Oh, man, what we going to do? Woo! Triple H be sitting on the toilet, man, looking at the ratings, but, oh, man, what we going to do? It's just messed up, man.
It's true, man. And that's the truth, but it makes wrestling so unattractive, when they have these, because imagine if you were still paying that $54.95 a pay-per-view. That's why they can afford to do that. I mean, that's like paying when you watch that. Now I watched that Manny Pacquiao fight and that Floyd Mayweather fight. People pay like $60, almost $100 to watch that. For that fight, it was a sorry fight, man, a horrible fight. But yet you see these people pay all this money to watch it. If you're going to watch something like that, dude, you've got to want to be able to enjoy what you're paying your money for,
People like that are having parties, cookouts, and they say, hey, let's watch the fight tonight. And yeah, it's expensive, but they got the money, they'll do it. Like you said, if it ain't entertaining, it's just a waste of money, especially if it's a short, boxing match. How many rounds did it go? You talking Mayweather?
Yeah, it went all the rounds, but see, Mayweather wasn't known as a knockout artist, but what happened was Pacquiao was trying to hit him. Mayweather's fast, and he was just dodging him the whole match. He really wasn't putting up much of an offense to him. So it's like you're sitting there watching the pay-per-view, and it's like, God, won't he try to fight, at least fight him back where I can respect him? But he didn't. All he did was dodge him and stuff the whole match. A lot of people were sitting there talking about Floyd won because they dodged Pacquiao so much. I'm like, he didn't do nothing to show to me he wanted to fight other than dodge him, because he's quick, I mean, it's ridiculous to me. But that's what you pay for. You pay for crap. You hope it's going to be good, but you're not guaranteed to. It's like UFC. Look at Ronda Rousey. You better not expect to get a 5-round match out of Ronda Rousey. You'll be lucky if you get 1 round out of her. So when you pay for it, you better know what you're paying for before you do it, because if not, you know nothing but wasting money. And that's what WWE is doing. Thank God they don't have to pay that $59.95 anymore. They can pay that $9.99 a month and have all the screwball finishes they want.
I agree.
So, I mean, that's just life, man. I get tired of seeing that. You know, that's one thing I know they've done. I mean, at least back in the 80s, they didn't used to do that. At least during the 80s, it wasn't so bad because you had a good guy to face a jobber, you know he was going to win. A bad guy face a jobber, you know he was going to win. You had a title tag match. It could go either way, the same as the except for maybe the world title or something like that. You know, usually the champion won, but not all these screwball finishes where one twin can jump in there on another. You know, it's just stupid. The only time you want to see twins is if you're in the middle of a threesome.
Can you see that?
Huh?
Can you see that? Can you see that?
Where would I look at? I mean, I don't see anything on the screen. I don't see anything. Where would I look at?
Shit.
I don't see anything.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I was trying to implement a YouTube playlist here. Do like where we could watch like short videos and kind of like criticize them. It's like a future idea I have.
Yeah.
I guess you don't see it.
No, I don't see anything.
That sucks. Because there's this podcast called The Drunken Peasants, and all they do is they'll play like short YouTube videos and like, you know, criticize them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that'd be a good idea, but I guess it ain't working.
Yeah, that would be good, man. I could do a TeamB. We'll watch a match or a couple matches something just for about 30 minutes or so, and we can sit there and criticize and make jokes about it, and we'll post that on our TeamB, and we'll just make it another. Yeah,
because what I'll do is I'll find a bunch of short clips or whatever, and I'll put it in the playlist here, and then we could like watch them. It will show us watching it in theory, and then we make comments about, because the Drunken Peasants do this shit, and I'm trying to get this to work for us here. I thought it'd be a good idea. But I was playing that video. Ain't nobody got time for that remix, you know.
I heard it. I just couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. What the fuck, YouTube? Okay. Well, yeah, because if you look on the over here on the control panel right above it, it has where you can put an app in there like YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It won't show up on the screen. Let me see. Yeah, because we could really make a good show that way, because we could just.
I lost you. You sound muted. There we go. Now I hear you.
Yeah. Because what I'll do is I'll find, you know, like I said, some short wrestling matches or something, and we could just watch it, and I'll pause it, then we criticize. Kind of like, you know, Drunken Peasants do, but it makes it really entertaining.
Yeah.
Once I figure this out, you know. Like we find like the most nonsensical videos on YouTube, like somebody searching for Bigfoot, for example, and he's got like the actual camera with him. Right. We can watch that and be like, that motherfucker's crazy. Yeah. He ain't found nothing.
Well, what we need to do, is there any way of doing that where we could show our cameras like at the top, kind of like a Twitch or something?
Here, let me try it now. Let me know if you see it.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Uh-uh. What is that screen share?
Well, I'll have to Google it. Yeah, because that'd be just a great idea, dude. Because sitting here and nitpick videos together, that'd be fucking hilarious. Then we can get popular like the young, not the Young Turks, but Drunken Peasants. Be our own shit.
It kind of
TeamB.
It kind of reminds me of that Mystery Science Theater 3000. Remember, it used to come on where they played. These three guys would sit down in this like movie theater type thing, and they played these old like sci-fi movies, and they would like make voices and talk like they were in the movie, or the people were saying stupid stuff. That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about let's see. We've been talking close to an hour now. You want to just go ahead and end this, and I'll talk to you offline and see if I can't figure this shit out.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, bud, and see what you can find out. And
Yeah, we can still talk in here. I'm just gonna stop the broadcast, and then I'll try to see if I can't get this YouTube shit working.
All right, dude, that sounds cool to me. Let's go ahead and we'll do that and enjoy our
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there might be some new features coming soon. We're not too sure about it, but as always, we try to keep you guys entertained. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, let people know about us, and we really appreciate it. This show is for you guys and our own personal therapy as well. All right, take care. This is Bullet B and
Bill Mack
signing off.
Signing off.